Brace yourself, because we're about to dive into the sweet life of Brooks Koepka, a golfing maestro whose skill on the greens has captivated millions. But you see, it's not just his golfing prowess that entices, it's the luxury of his world beyond the fairways that beckons. Join us as we uncover Brooks Koepka's net worth, revisit his reign as one of the many kings of the golfing realm, and even take a tantalizing glimpse into more personal aspects of his life. For Koepka, confidence has always been his steadfast companion, an unwavering ally in golf. That is, until the injuries came crashing in, doubts lurking at the edges, and he found himself wrestling with the unsettling notion of whether he still had a place among the sport's elite. However, the doubters were silenced, and the questions were unequivocally answered at the PGA Championship in May of 2023, where Koepka's performance was beyond ordinary. In a dazzling display of skill and unwavering determination, he clinched his fifth major title, a victory that resonated as the sweetest triumph of all. There was no room for doubt. Koepka had firmly re-established his place among the golfing elite. One knee injury barred his path to the hallowed grounds of the Masters, while another thwarted his journey to the President's Cup in the distant lands of Australia. Then, a heart-wrenching incident 2 years prior, where he attempted to pop his knee back into place and ended up shattering his kneecap. As if the trials weren't enough, last summer, faced with an uncertain future, he decided to leave the PGA Tour behind, opting for the guaranteed riches of LIV Golf at Saudi Arabia. A move that was met with a cocktail of criticism and skepticism. Yet, fast forward to earlier this year at Oak Hill, where he stood every bit as dominant as before, amidst the most elite assembly of golfers on a merciless course. In a blistering display, Koepka ignited his round with 3 brisk birdies, never surrendering the lead even as Viktor Hovland put up a tenacious fight. He sealed his victory with a composed 3 under 67, clinching a 2-shot triumph. As he held up the coveted Wanamaker Trophy, it wasn't just 2 fingers raised. It might as well have been all 5. With 3 PGA Championships and 2 US Opens, he joined the elite ranks of the 20 players with 5 or more majors to their name. He hoisted his 3rd Wanamaker Trophy, a feat matched only by legends like Jack Nicklaus and Walter Hagen, with 5 each, and Tiger Woods with 4. Reflecting on the past few years, it's remarkable to think how wounded Koepka had become, to the extent that he questioned his ability to compete. It was a juncture that led him to make a stunning move last June, post the US Open, as he departed from the PGA Tour in favor of the Saudi-backed venture LIV Golf. In the Netflix series Full Swing, which aired earlier this year, Koepka candidly admitted that his once unwavering confidence had waned, giving way to creeping doubt. He said, "I'm going to be honest with you, I can't compete with these guys week in and week out. Yet with good health and a clear mind, Koepka has resurfaced as an insurmountable force in major championships. He's claimed victory in 5 of his last 22 major appearances, a rate surpassed only by golfing legends such as Woods, Nicklaus, Palmer, Faldo, and Hogan over the past 75 years. Furthermore, with his triumph, Koepka became the first player from LIV Golf to conquer a major, effectively debunking the notion that 54-hole events and guaranteed payouts could soften the competitive edge of the league's finest. Speaking about the achievement, Koepka said, "Yeah, it's a huge thing for LIV, but at the same time, I'm out here competing as an individual at the PGA Championship. I'm just happy to take this home for the 3rd time." As for his relationship, Koepka had never been one to hide anything. It all began at the 2015 Masters when Koepka crossed paths with the stunning Jena Sims. Despite the golfing connections, their conversations rarely revolved around the sport, as Sims confessed during a candid interview with Golf Digest in May 2019. For the former Miss Teen USA, accompanying her husband to his golf tournaments became a delightful routine, where her unwavering support shone brightly. She just loves being able to support Brooks and watch him because he's so talented. On the other hand, Koepka has often wondered if the experience is boring for her, but this is not the case for Jena. She just truly enjoys supporting her significant other. And as a golfer, this is the best you could ask for on the home front. Nevertheless, amidst the galleries of cheering fans and ardent spectators, Sims found amusement in eavesdropping on the comments about her golfing virtuoso husband. It was a unique and humorous perspective that only added to her appreciation for the game. Their relationship had gone public at the US Open in 2017, a moment that should have been a joyous revelation. However, an awkward incident marred the occasion when announcer Joe Buck mistakenly identified Sims as Koepka's ex-girlfriend, Becky Edwards, on live television. To brush off the mishap and revel in Koepka's monumental victory, the couple embarked on a spontaneous trip to Las Vegas. During that escapade, Sims made their relationship Instagram official, sharing a photo of their enjoyment with friends. The pinnacle of their love story arrived on March 3, 2021 in Jupiter, Florida, when Koepka proposed. Sims shared the intimate moment a month later on April Fool's Day, humorously stating, "Forever is no joke." She added that she was surprised even though she knew it was coming. She did not expect it to be at that exact moment. Their wedding weekend commenced with a luxurious welcome dinner in Turks and Caicos on June 1, 2022 for select guests. The grand ceremony was held on June 4, 2022 when Koepka and Sims exchanged vows in Turks and Caicos. The bride looked resplendent in a sparkling jewel-encrusted white gown with a high slit and a flowing train. For dancing, she later donned a short feathered number perfectly suited for the celebration. Koepka, dapper in his gray suit and black tie, shared the blissful moments through photos on Instagram, captioning them as the best day of my life. The icing on the cake, or in this case the reception, featured none other than Ludacris, who made a grand entry at the event. Koepka and Jena's world was touched by both joy and concern in August as they welcomed their baby boy Crew into their lives. However, the early arrival caught everyone by surprise, with Crew making his entrance 6 weeks ahead of schedule, leading to his immediate placement in the intensive care unit. On her Instagram story, Jena candidly shared their emotional journey, which included the heart-wrenching experience of leaving the hospital without their newborn, a feeling she wouldn't wish upon anyone. She conveyed the profound empathy she now felt for parents who have babies in the neonatal intensive care unit, NICU, and those who sadly never get to take their little ones home. Jena emphasized that, despite the circumstances, they had been making every effort to visit their newborn as frequently as possible and ensuring that he received the utmost care and attention. Koepka's abode on the exclusive Jupiter Island in sunny Florida is nothing short of spectacular. Nestled in the enclave where the world's elite golfers choose to reside, this is the haven of the man affectionately known as Brooks Koepka. In the Netflix golf documentary Full Swing, we were granted a tantalizing tour of his incredible home. This extraordinary property, an embodiment of luxury, cost him around $3 million. It boasts 4 generous bedrooms and an impressive 5.5 bathrooms, ensuring that every comfort is at hand. The 3,900 square foot compound, constructed in 1993, was further sculpted to his desires. He added a sprawling swimming pool and a boat dock. As you approach the entrance, a fleet of garages stands ready to cradle their impressive automobile collection, a mark of his impeccable taste. Palm trees flanking the entrance, along with a stone and grassy pathway, welcome you to this oasis of luxury. Koepka's garage houses an array of stunning automobiles. Crowning his collection is the opulent Rolls-Royce Phantom, a masterpiece of luxury that commands a princely sum of $440,000. However, even the most prestigious cars can be subject to life's humorous mishaps, as Koepka once humorously recounted running out of gas on the road. Koepka also has a more modest $37,000 Nissan Maxima S, a practical choice for everyday driving. In addition to this, he pays homage to his American heritage with a Chevrolet Corvette valued at $66,000. But what makes his collection unique is a rather unusual story involving a Mercedes. After a disappointing performance that led to him missing the cut for the 2022 Masters, frustration got the better of him. He openly admitted to attempting to break the Mercedes' back window with his fist. He said, "I don't even know if I should be saying this, but pretty sure I tried to break the back window with my fist." Regarding his financial status, Koepka's net worth has skyrocketed to over $50 million, as reported by various reputable online sources. His primary source of income no doubt comes from his illustrious career as a golfer, where he boasts an impressive 5 major championship titles, with now 3 victories in the PGA Championship and 2 in the US Open. But Koepka's success isn't confined to the golf course alone. It has transcended into the world of marketing and endorsements, with incredibly lucrative deals signed with the industry giants such as Nike, Rolex, Cleveland, Strixon, NetJets, and Michelob Ultra, just to name a few. Now, you might have heard some murmurs about second thoughts following his departure from the PGA Tour for LIV Golf. However, Koepka cleared the air during an interview with Sports Illustrated a couple of months ago, shedding light on his perspective. If you enjoyed this video about Brooks Koepka's sweet life, check out the video on the screen now, or the one we posted below, because we're sure you'll like that one too. Let us know in the comments if there's another golfer whose journey you'd like us to cover. See you there!